Hi everyone, it's Allie. I am a 10th grade high school chemistry teacher, and I just wanted to check in with you. It is July 1st, and I took all of June off. Well, I really took all second semester off. And I did film on the last teacher day of school, but my coworker interrupted me, like literally saw me talking to my phone and opened my door and was like, "What are you doing?" Like, you look like I'm doing, dude. So, and I always take all of June off, and I didn't get to um, film or edit or anything before June. So it just so happened that that's something I had to take off my plate for June. So, it's July 1st, and I'll insert that video here. I want to show you. Here we are on my last day of school. Hello, good morning. My name is Allie, and I am a high school chemistry and anatomy teacher, 10 through 11. And today is my official last day of school. We made it. We survived. We did it. I'm so excited. My kids' last day was yesterday, and they left these beautiful messages on the board. And I just can't believe that the year is over. And I think my last video was maybe December, where I was talking about finally getting medicated. And I've actually made a couple videos and just haven't posted them about how things are going with that. So I thought I would give you kind of a life update and celebrate with all of you that school is over and we survived the year of school with COVID. And yeah, so all right, one mental health check. So I've been taking my medication I guess since January, and it's going really well, although yesterday and today I forgot to take my medication in the morning because so much stuff was going on. So I need to remember to do that today when I get home. So I am feeling much better. I feel like still overwhelmed with the amount of work we had, like extra things we had to do this year, but it was like manageable, and I didn't feel like buried under things and like I was trying to claw my way out of a hole. Like I just felt like I was next to the pile and I could handle the pile, if that makes sense. I also so like both my anxiety and depression have been manageable and managed. So the medication that K Health prescribed for me, or the doctors at K Health prescribed for me, is working for me. If you're curious, it's Zoloft. And I actually had a couple of students this year get diagnosed with anxiety or depression, or both, after me, and talked to me about worries about the medication, and we kind of talked about. So it was like a nice way to connect with them and kind of ease their troubles. So that was something I didn't expect, and it was nice to have something other than school to talk about. I know that might sound strange, but I always like to connect with my students outside of science in some way, and so having or just being able to kind of ease their worries about medicating. And I know that there's some discourse about like not medicating while young because of all of the changes that are happening with the brain. But if just like adults, if kids are struggling and they haven't found anything to cope, maybe medication is the best choice, and that's the decision between the student, their family, and their doctor. So that's my mental health check. If you are curious about my son, we did just have him evaluated, and he now, so he just finished preschool. He has one more year. He has 2 years of preschool. And he did really well. He's now talking to other people and like his babysitters, and he can count to 100 now, which is just crazy. Like he's figured out the pattern. I don't think he really knows what 100 is, but he can count to 100. And yeah, we signed him up for soccer. He did not do a great And I think through like just my observations at soccer with other kids, I think he has ADHD. My husband has like undiagnosed, like it was diagnosed when he was in college by a like a therapist, and that basically told him he had all of the markers of ADHD, but there was like no official diagnosis because he didn't want to take medication. So, and I know ADHD is not like necessarily genetic, but like the way he's behaving makes sense to me. Okay, so today, since it is July 1st, I am going to be starting back up school stuff. So my school starts the last 2 days this year of, is it the last 2 days? It's a Thursday and Friday, the last week of July. And I have some things to do. So I have some things to do for school. I have some things to do for my Teachers Pay Teachers store. I've had one since 2017, and then I started it back up in January, which is also part of why I wasn't filming as much, because I was letting my body kind of get used to my anti-anxiety medication, and then also I was spending a lot of time preparing and getting my products ready for Teachers Pay Teachers. And now that June is over, I can jump back into creating some of that stuff. And then I also, I'll turn you around, have some pretty flowers to plant in our backyard. So I'll show you some of that, just for a little day in the life of a teacher in the summer. Actually, I'll just walk you back there right now, because if I walk through my house, you'll hear my son playing, which isn't a bad thing, but you know. Okay, so open up our gate. It's been raining like crazy here, so we haven't really been able to mow. Our front yard's not bad, but our backyard is getting pretty tall. I'll show you what I've done in case you're trying to find an answer to, or a solution to this problem that we've had for since we've moved in. I'll turn you around. So our back fence is higher than the ground, and I think it's because the people who built this house were trying to match the height of our neighbor's fence. I know the tree's in the way, but so like along here you can see that there's a huge gap between the ground and the fence itself. And so our previous owners decided to use these decorative, which works fine if you don't have a cat. We have a cat, so and he loves coming outside, and we've just spent the past 3 years keeping him inside and him getting out. And so what we've decided to do, and what I've already started to do, is I removed almost one whole side of the fence, the red bricks, and put them in the front yard, like a second layer on the landscaping that was already there. And then I replaced it with cinder block, which I know is not as pretty, but the plan is to fill each of these holes with dirt, like all this excess dirt, and then flowers and herbs for my husband, who cooks. I mean, I cook a lot, but nothing fancy. He likes fresh herbs, and sometimes it's hard at the supermarket to find exactly what he wants. So I did buy a couple things that I know that he'll like, and then really we're just kind of gonna test things out, like what grows really well, because this area back here is pretty shaded. We do have quite a lot of trees. My neighbor's dogs just came outside. Hi, puppies. And there's just one area that's like super sunny. So that'll probably be maybe eventually for like a small tomato plant, or I don't know, my son's, he really wants a vegetable garden even though he doesn't like vegetables. I give them to him, he'll just eat around them. It's like, but if we grow them and he's in charge of them, maybe he'll eat them, or maybe it'll backfire, and because he's so like into them and into helping them grow, he won't want to eat them. Okay,
Okay, so I think this is where I'm gonna end it for today, just so we can get going. But I did want to let y'all know that I'm planning on making videos for new teachers throughout July. I don't think this is anything new. I think a lot of people do this, but I wanted to give you a heads up on what I'm planning on doing. So, one, just general tips for new teachers, classroom essentials, as well as things I thought I needed that I didn't need. Time management as a first year teacher, so not in the classroom, just like how to manage your own personal time, like work-life balance. I've used a lot of planners. I used to be a Franklin Covey, if anybody knows who that is anymore. We had a special name. What was it? Anyway, I was a planner consultant, so I've used lots of planners, deep in the planner world. What I've used, what I liked, and what I'm doing this year. Tech advice. So I have used a lot of technology and have a lot of advice for that, as well as books. Actually, books. I guess we're not ending right now. I'm going to show you my books. Sorry in advance for potential. Well, my son's cute. If he photobombs, it's fine because he's cute. I have. This is my to be read shelf. Daddy's not going to work right now, buddy. And only a couple are. So, like, I'm going to talk about this book. I got it last year and never had a chance to read it. So this is on. I'm definitely reading this month. And so I'm going to kind of talk about some books that I think are important reads for both for new teachers and veteran teachers. So yeah, I'm excited, and I hope that you're excited too. And I'll see you guys later.